Okay, I'm ready. I have my coffee. Hi, welcome to my first ever video. Yay! Right now I have two channels. On this channel, I plan on doing bookish things, reading vlogs, book hauls, things like that. Also, my name is Iona, if I didn't already mention. A little bit about me. My reading first started, I think, when I was a lot younger. I used to read R.L. Stein books. Do you guys know, do you remember those books that R.L. Stein made? That if you want something to happen, you go to a certain chapter. Or if you want to go here, or if this character should do this, go to this chapter. I remember reading those and really loving them. Um, I also used to really like when I was younger. I remember when my teachers would read to me. One thing in particular that I liked were the poetry books. I don't know if you could call it, well, yeah, it is poetry, where the sidewalk ends. I used to love that book, and when I grew older, I actually ended up buying it for my children as well, and they love it as well. And they like, do you remember that poem, the PB&J poem, where the king, I forget how it goes, where the king loves peanut butter so much that it would get stuck in his mouth. Anyway, another book that stands out to me that I remember reading as a young one was The Child Called It. That one was gripping, and I remember just feeling so sorry for the kid and getting really into his story. And I remember reading that it was a real story. So yeah, that's a little bit of my reading experience. And I just got back into reading, and it's a little bit cliche, but ACOTAR actually got me back into reading. So I know it's a lot of people, but I'm part of those. That group that just started reading because of ACOTAR. So anyway, I thought for my first video, we can do a book haul. Since starting ACOTAR, I actually began collecting for my bookshelf, and throughout a span of a couple months. So these books weren't purchased in one day or one week even. This is in a span of a couple months to build up my book collection. And a lot of times, in order for me to buy a book, I have to have research it for a long period of time, make sure it's something that I would really like, because I tend to like getting into a world and doing long series. I like long books that I can really, with lots of world building that I can really get into, for the most part. So yeah, so I like to buy all of the series at once instead of just buying one book. So I tend to do my research before I get it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. A lot of my books are romanticities, romance. Some are horror or thrillers. Yeah, there's a little bit of mix of everything, but for the most part, I would say my biggest collection would be my romanticities. And then also, you can blame a lot of this on my husband because he likes to enable me and he buys me the books. He goes through my Goodreads and he buys the books for the most part. So, also, he loves me. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started. Too much chatting. I'm going to start with the first series, which is a YA. Or is it sci-fi? No, I'm thinking YA. Scythe. So, if you're not aware of this series, it's in a world where death is basically, there's no more death. They've conquered death. There's no diseases. And so they have these individuals called the Scythes that are basically in charge of the killing, the death, basically. They're kind of like death. So it's in a world with no hunger, no disease, no war, and no misery. So in order to control the population, they created sites that end life. So this is the first book, and I believe, you know, I'm not too sure, I haven't read them yet, but I believe, oh yeah, this is book 2, Thunderhead. Book 3, The Toll, and then book 4, Gleanings. I'm actually really excited to read these. And then a lot of my reasoning for getting building my TBR and getting a lot of these books and collecting them is because I just kind of like the thought of having like my own library and then being able to just pick a book out that I know I'll like or most likely will like, and then read it on my little comfy spot here. So yeah, I like having a large TBR to choose from. Let me go ahead and continue on with the series. So this one, I don't have the last book yet. It's supposed to be coming. It's on back order. But I have the Plated Prisoners series. So in this one, I believe it's a King Midas retelling. So yeah, so that's all I know about it. That is all I know. So Guild, and I don't even have it in order, do I? I have Guild, which is the first book, Glint, and then Gleam, Gold, and then look at the sprayed edges, and Glow. And I believe the last one, which I have ordered and should be getting here soon enough, is called Goldfinch. So let me just show you books that I bought purely because they're gorgeous. I mean, they're good books, okay? They've gotten good reviews, and it seems like one of these I've already read. I've read the first one, the second one, and I'm waiting for the third one to come out in January. But I just had to get a special edition of it. And then the other one I hear good things about. So let's start with this pretty thing. First, let me say I have another copy of this book. This is purely for decorative purposes only. This was ordered by my husband ordered from Acrylic Pick. It's a special edition, sprayed edges, 4th wing. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look how pretty the edges are. And then it also, I just want to show you, this book came in perfect condition, and it also came with these inserts. I forgot what chapter these inserts go to. So when I reread this, I'll put the inserts in the right place. And then another one that I got purely because it is beautiful, but the fact that it has great reviews also helps. The Games Gods Play. Look how pretty these edges are, and then the front, and then look the inside. And then even the book without the, look at that. Isn't that cute? I love it. I'm gonna be honest, I got it purely based on the edges and the looks. So, and then I looked it up afterwards and it got great reviews, so that helped a lot. Let's break it up with from the Romantices, which I think a lot of these are, and go to the old classics. Can I call it classics? I mean, I remember it being there even back then, but horror. So Stephen King. I got a lot of his books, newer and older. as well. But the reason why I got The Shining was because I actually had the second book already. I think it was called Doctor Sleep. I got it because I went to one of his readings, and he did a signing. So I actually have a signed copy of Doctor Sleep. So I thought, let me go ahead and get The Shining. I watched the movie, and I can almost guarantee you that this book is going to scare the crap out of me. So I'm still going to read it. I'm going to read it. I plan on reading it around Halloween time. Just for, to scare myself. And then my husband thought it would be a great idea to buy me this book. Am I going to read it? I don't know. I'm chicken. I'm too scared to read this. Like, am I gonna read this? Probably. Probably. Am I gonna be scared and put it down in the first chapter? Most likely. But I'm gonna try. I'll lose sleep. I'll lose sleep. And then I got some newer work of his, The Institute, and You Like It Darker. So I feel like maybe these two books might be better to start with than going to the books that I know are going to scare the crap out of me. Like, I might have a chance with these two books, right? So, I don't know. I just know that Stephen King can write some horror stuff, so I'm kind of scared. Anyway, let's go to romance, and then I'm gonna go back to romantasy because that's all I have left. Okay, sorry. But so this series is the King of Sins series. We have King of Wrath, King of Pride, King of Greed, and King of Sloth. I actually read the Twisted series by Anna Wong and really enjoyed it. I felt like the characters were, I could resonate with the characters and I enjoyed it. It was just fun to read. So I thought that the series would be also fun to read. And then in between reading romantasies and reading those big storylines with so many books, I like to go ahead and read like the fluffy books, the fluffy romances, and I enjoy reading Abby Jimenez basically, and a lot of the romance authors. So this book is not a standalone. There's actually 2 previous books to it, which is Part of Your World and Yours Truly. I've already read those 2. I have not read this one. This one is Just for the Summer. I believe it ties into that Part of Your World series, but I'm not sure how yet because I have not read it. And then I also have 2 books from an author that I hear a lot of good things about, which is Emily Henry. This one is Funny Story and Happy Place. I actually hear better things about this one than this one, but I'm excited to read both of them. It should be fun. They will be read in between reading my long stories. Right now, by the way, I'm in the middle of reading the Throne of Glass series. I may do a reading vlog in reading one of the, I'm already in the middle of it. I'm on the 3rd book or the 4th book, depending on when you read Assassin's Blade. Some people read Assassin's Blade first, and some people read it 4th. I chose to read it 4th. So I am right now on Heir of Fire, and after that book, I will be reading Assassin's Blade. So far, it's okay. So I can't tell you which way is better because I haven't read it yet. So we'll see. A book that I am actually super excited to read, but I'm gonna wait because the second one doesn't come out for a while, and so I'm choosing to wait to read this, but I'm really tempted. And I bought two because I'm a psycho, and I know that she got picked up, and these probably won't be available. I have the discreet cover of Quicksilver and the other cover of Quicksilver. Okay, don't come for me. Everybody says they hate this cover, but why do I like it better than this one? Like, I honestly hate guys on the cover as well, but I hate it when their abs are showing and when it's obvious that the guy is like part of a adult book, right? Adult type, content book or dark romance or whatever. But this one to me screams warrior or some kind of, I don't know. If I looked at this, I wouldn't think, oh, she's reading a dirty book. So I don't know. A lot of people don't like this, but from a design perspective, I mean, to me, the lettering is better. Whatever, I'm going on a tangent. Anyway, I like them both. I'm excited that I have them both, and I will be reading it when I get the chance. Nope, not when I get the chance. I'm gonna wait because the second one's not coming out for a while. And then, so you guys know I like series. I have the Caraval series, Caraval Legendary and Finale. And then I have the Once Upon a Time series. So I had this one first. I haven't read it, and then I found out that this happens before this. So I had to get it. I had to get this one so that I would be in order, because I'm a psycho. I'm not. I just like to do things in order. And like, you wouldn't think that because I did Assassin's Blade. Never mind. So another one. These are more towards like, I got these to fill in the fall vibes. So a lot of, when I'm thinking September, October, I'm thinking witches, vampires, things, magic and all that good stuff. So I got The Serpent and the Wings of Night and the novella. This novella, I don't know if it's been out for a while and the cover just changed, but I had to wait to get this. So, and this one I believe is a vampire. Is it vampire? I believe it's a vampire story. It says, yep, for humans and vampires. The rules of survival are the same. Never trust, never yield, and always, always guard your heart. The adopted human daughter of the night-born vampire king Oriya carved her place in a world designed to kill her. Her only chance to become something more than prey is entering the Kajari, a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. That is exciting. That's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun to read. I'm excited. And then going in the theme of vampires, witches, etc., got Heartless Hunter. Again, I heard good things about this book. So she, if I can remember correctly, she is a witch, and he is a witch hunter. So she is, I believe she is called the Crimson Moth, a vigilante for the witches. And then something happens to where she feels like she needs to throw him off. So she starts to build a romance with him. And yeah, Heartless Hunter. Excited. I have, I think, 3 more series, well, 2, because one technically is 1 and 2. I have The Cruel Prince. The series, excuse me, I had to reach for it. The Cruel Prince, The Queen of Nothing, and The Wicked King. I could not tell you what this book is about or what this series is about. My husband got it for me. I did do research on it, and I did say I wanted to read it on Goodreads, but I completely forgot what it's about. So there you go. And then we have, hold on, I'm getting it. We have the Hades saga and the Hades and Persephone saga. So the Hades and Persephone saga has 4 books, and the Hades saga has 3 books. I assume that they go together, and I just assume they go together. But the Hades and Persephone book is a touch of darkness, a touch of malice, a touch of ruin, and a touch of chaos. And the Hades saga is a game of faith, a game of retribution, and a game of gods. So yeah, that is my book haul. That's all I have for now. Just remember, this is I've collected this for like the last couple months, and I slowly tried to build a library so that I'd have stuff to pull from. And I actually really do love reading. It's become a great hobby of mine. I actually am looking forward to this YouTube channel and talking with you. I want to thank you for watching my first ever video, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, bye.